This is your girl Shamika here from Live, Love, Life, and Travel. So, two things. I am no longer in LA. The videos that I have been uploading lately were videos that I recorded while I was in LA because I officially do not still have a camera, investing my money elsewhere right now. And I hate the quality on my camera phone, and plus it has like absolutely no memory, but I just said fuck it. I am gonna start recording up-to-date videos because I need to get into the habit of becoming more persistent on my YouTube channel. I'm still gonna be uploading videos from the time I was in LA, but just know that I'm no longer in LA. Those are pre-recorded videos from back then, but I'll still re-upload them because I did them, so yeah. Second thing is I've officially gone vegan. Yes, I've drank the Kool-Aid. I am now a new member of the vegan movement cult. No, just kidding. So yeah, I thought I would share that with you guys. Right now I am cooking pasta, and not because I'm all into the carb the fuck up raw to four bullshit. It's just because that's the only fucking thing in this house that is vegan. Been eating a lot of pasta lately. I'm actually in Koh Phangan, Thailand, and it's really rainy outside right now. That's the backyard, and this really cool thing they have is this is like the dishwashing area. So you don't keep the dirty dishes in the house. You put them outside the house, but you don't have to go outside to wash them. You can just stand right here and you can like wash the dishes, dirty dishes, and sort of look at nature at the same time. Anyway, I'm gonna finish cooking my pasta and then I will let you guys know why I decided to go vegan. Hey guys, I'm back. I've ate my pasta with tobacco sauce, a little bit of olive oil, and some salt, which is salt vegan? I'm not sure. But now I'm out here chilling on the porch in my hammock, well, in my friend's hammock, bike going by, and just enjoying Koh Phangan. It's a rainy day, but it's still a beautiful island. Anyway, why did I decide to go vegan? Well, for a few reasons, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I don't want to come off like one of those fake YouTubers who's like, oh my gosh, it's all about the animals, which it is all about the animals, but I'm not gonna come to you and pretend that that was like the main reason why I decided to go vegan in the first place, initially anyway. There was a few reasons. I think a part of it was definitely being in Thailand and Southeast Asia, in Chiang Mai. Asia, in most places, is really easy to be healthy and to eat healthy. Yes, there's tons of crap fried food too, tons of meat, but there's also tons of vegetables, like everywhere you go. Like, especially in Chiang Mai, you can like every corner, there's like a freaking stand with fresh fruits and vegetables. There's markets that sells fresh vegetables in the morning, and there's vegan and vegetarian options everywhere. So it's just really, really easy to eat healthy. It's really easy to eat unhealthy, but it's very easy to eat healthy also. And so I already was kind of surrounded by it already. Like, I've already started eating healthier. I wasn't really drinking any sodas. I wasn't eating any like snack foods, junk food, and like some of the like desserts I would eat were like Thai desserts, like, you know, coconut milk with rice and bean and honey or something. So it wasn't even that bad for you. And so I was eating tons of vegetables, probably more vegetables than I've eaten in my whole life. I was eating fruit every day. And so yeah, so I was already kind of surrounded by it. It was a lot of vegans in the community where I was living in. A lot of the expats were vegans. I was being invited to a lot of vegan restaurants, and so I was kind of already like, it was already like in my atmosphere. Also, when I first got to Thailand, I had lost like 5 pounds, which, you know, this isn't a video about diet or losing weight or anything, but I had lost a few pounds because I had stopped eating junk food. I have stopped drinking sodas, which I wasn't that big in drinking anyway. And And I just started adopting a healthier way of eating. Also, like Thailand, I'm not saying the food in Thailand is completely void of chemicals or pesticides, but they have a lot less chemicals than the food in the States and the Western States. And also, a lot of the fruits and vegetables are a lot fresher and they're grown locally, so that's even better for the planet because you're not like importing them from overseas or anything. So anyway, so I had lost a few pounds, and then I did my 6 months of coping yang, which that's a completely different story. Maybe I'll share it with you guys, but I was working at a party house, so I definitely wasn't eating and living the healthiest. But I still didn't really gain any weight because I was dancing a lot, so I was still working my body out quite a bit. But then when I got back to Chiang Mai, I noticed that I had kind of gotten like a little pregger belly. And I didn't really connect two and two at first because I was like, well, I'm not eating any junk food, I'm not drinking soda, I'm kind of eating the same amount of food, and I'm not exercising, but like I wasn't doing any less physical movement than I was doing before, so I wasn't really understanding why I was gaining weight. And then I realized that it was the meat intake, and there was this stand next to my guest house in Chiang Mai that sold this, and maybe I shouldn't say this now as a vegan, but it was this really good sort of sliced meat, and it was marinated in this really awesome, amazing sauce that was so delicious, and you can get that with some sticky rice, and it was like $1. So it was like, to me, like the perfect little meal, and I would get like, I always got fruit and like maybe a smoothie or something like that with it. So I thought, like, you know, yeah, I'm eating meat, but I'm balancing it with fruit and stuff like that, so it's still really healthy. But I realized that even in my everyday life back in the States, I never was a big meat eater. I didn't eat a lot of red meat. I never really got the whole like chomping down on a steak thing, like chewing on a big giant piece of meat like just over and over again seems pretty boring and repetitive, so I just never really got into that. I was just not a big meat eater. Chicken, I ate, but red meat I wasn't really that into. I'm not ignorant when it comes to food and diet and health. I watch a lot of documentaries, I educate myself, so I do know that eating a lot of red meat isn't good for you. But I think because it was just such a small portion of me, I just didn't really think it was that big of a deal. But I also know that meat takes a very long time for it to actually digest and move through your system. And so a lot of times the meat is just sort of sitting there, and not to gross you out, guys, but it's just sort of rotting in your body. And so I realized that I was literally eating this thing like every single day, and that's kind of what I do. I become obsessed with something, and then I like eat it like obsessively every day, and then I get sick of it and don't want to touch it again. And so so I realized like I'm basically packing meat on top of meat on top of meat inside my intestine thing, since it takes such a long time for it to digest. It was just sort of sitting there, and that's why I was sort of, I mean, I looked like I was like a couple months or a few months pregnant, I guess, depending kind of how you carry your baby, I don't know. Anyway, like it looked like I had like a gut and so at that moment I decided that I was gonna cut down on meat. I gave myself one day, I was gonna eat red meat 1 day a week, and I started eating vegan for dinner for about a month. There's this really good vegan stand next to my house, so right next to where I used to buy the meat, and I would always skip over the vegan stand, but I started eating there, and I started getting mushroom Penang curry, which was really good, and that became like my new obsession. So yeah, and so it kind of started like that. And to be completely honest, one of the catalysts for me to become vegan, besides the fact that I was sort of already surrounded by it, I think that definitely was an influence. There was also a couple of YouTubers that I followed, none of the big crazy ones. Those actually turned me off. Like, let me just say that, like the big crazy fanatical vegan evangelist, big giant YouTubers, the haters, the bullies, all those people turn me off from veganism. The ones who turned me on from veganism were the ones who were vegan, but they just necessarily wasn't shoving it down your throat. They were just sort of living their lives in an inspirational fashion, and they happened to be vegan. Someone like Infinite Waters, who very much talks about his passion for veganism and how it can change your life, but he's not shoving it in your face constantly. So people like that, and other people like Brianna Jackfruitson, and then is the other girl Hannah Matana or something like that. Like, I'll put their names at the bottom. Those are people who kind of like made me also like think about veganism. But so besides that, besides sort of the influence around me, one of the catalysts that made me want to go vegan was really just my health. Maybe I've talked about this before, but in the past I have like struggled with depression and anxiety, and I haven't struggled with it that bad since then. But still, like, I'm all for finding natural ways to balance out our emotions and, just live a better life. And I'm for sure, and I'm gonna make another video about this, I already know that having a really good nutritional diet, getting the nutrients that your body is like longing for, can be better than a lot of antidepressants or medication or pain medications. Like, I'll do another video about that. Something I was already aware of, something I was always practicing. That's why I was making sure I was getting my vegetables and my fruits in my diet. I take certain supplements, but I know our God or Mother Earth is it Mother Earth? Mother Nature. The planet already supplies us a lot of what we need to keep ourselves healthy, to keep ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally sane. And people just don't realize that when your body is lacking the nutrition that it needs, it can't function right, and not just physically but also mentally. If your brain isn't running smoothly, then it's not going to be able to regulate your emotions, or you're not going to be able to handle stress the way you could have if you were sort of eating a better diet. And so let me also hit back on the raw to 4 thing. Yes, I am so not for the whole carb the fuck up thing, and you have to consult your doctors, and every diet is not for everybody. I have been eating carbs and bread for a while now, and I've actually lost weight. I haven't gained weight. But you have to eat whole grain wheats and oats. It cannot be refined. Refined carbs are not good for you. Whole grain carbs are better for you, and there are studies that says whole grain carbs can actually help fight depression. It can also help fight stress, and it can also help fight anxiety. So there is actually something to the whole carb thing. But does that mean you go eat buckets of carbs and you don't even notice what type of carbs you're eating? No, that's not actually good for you. But anyway, so it was for my health, but it wasn't just for my physical health, it was also for my mental health. I just wanted to become more mentally, emotionally sound, well-rounded, peaceful person. And so that's one of the reasons why I decided to go vegan, is because I'm very, very aware of how nutrition can really affect you, and how nutrition can really just help you heal yourself mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Also, yeah, there was some physical things like, getting rid of headaches, and I have sinus problems, which have cleared up since then. And just, yeah, I wanted to look good in a bikini, so what, kill me. So that was one of the main reasons. It was for my emotional health and my physical health, and my, and the next reason was my spiritual health. Okay, so the second reason why I decided to go vegan was because I'm in a process of, I'm sort of on a spiritual journey, and I've been doing a lot of meditating. I've been doing a lot of research and looking into sort of higher consciousness, and sort of looking at all living things as connected and all equal and all one. Also, the idea, and I kind of already knew this, but the idea of like, if you're someone who stews in negativity all the time, if you're surrounded by negativity all the time, if you are partaking in negativity all the time, like just the type of music you watch, the type of music you listen to, or what you're watching, or the people you're surrounding yourself by, if you just sort of like oozing negativity, and you go out into the world and you project negativity, what you're going to get back is negativity. So I am all about positivity and surrounding myself and immersing myself in positivity. I'm not saying like I'm always like that. Yes, I do sometimes veg out and crack head reality TV shows, but for the most part I try to stay in a positive space, so I can project positivity and receive positivity in return. With animals, it's kind of like you're sort of ingesting death, like all the fear and all the anxiety and all the pain that animal had to go through to be slaughtered and butchered for your food, and or just the horror it had to go through if it was mistreated.
before it was slaughtered, just in its life, all that kind of can stay in that meat. So when you're eating it, you're sort of like having all that in your body. You're having their death and their pain and their fear and their anguish inside of you. And so it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like, again, I don't want to have that in me. I don't want to have that in my body, my spirit, on my conscience, and then have that projected back out and then receive it back in return. So the second reason was kind of spiritual, and maybe that doesn't make sense to a lot of people, but to some people it will make sense. And so yeah, so that was the second reason. Third reason was, honestly, I didn't really realize how the devastating effects of producing meat had on the planet. You hear the government, even the really left-wing people, when they talk about global warming, I very rarely heard them talk anything about like the meat industry or the food industry, and I can kind of understand why, because the FDA and the food industry is like huge money. Like, they're the biggest lobbyists in the government. They have so much power, so I do not trust anything the FDA really has to say, because it's all about money for them. But anyway, I was really shocked to find out that just the producing of meat itself was more devastating on our planet than the cars that we're driving. So that was another reason. I just didn't really realize that, and because of just talking to people, YouTubers, and documentaries like Cowspiracy, I decided, like, okay, I didn't know that. That's not good. And then for the last reason, and maybe this should be the first reason, is for the animals. And I know people are probably going to be like, that sucks, animals should have been your first reason, but I'm not going to be fake. I'm going to be honest with you guys and tell you exactly why I decided to go vegan. I may evolve into a person who will one day, the animals will one day be the main reason why I am vegan. I want to get to that place. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, but I want to get to that place where I do look at that as the main reason why I'm vegan. But it's not. I'm not at that place where I can look at someone eating meat and just kind of be disgusted that they're eating meat, or be hurt that they're eating meat, or angry that they're eating meat. I don't know if I will ever be that type of person. I don't want to be any type of person that's going to force my beliefs and my lifestyle on anyone else. I'll let you know the benefits that it caused me and why I decided to become vegan, but I'm not going to tell you to be vegan, because that is your choice, that is your journey in life, and I'm not going to tell somebody how they should live their life and how they should walk their path and how they should walk their journey. But I mean, I'm at the point where now when I see someone eating meat, I'm kind of like, I'm not going to tell them what to do, but I wouldn't want that in my body. I wouldn't want that animal's death inside me. So that's my take, but whatever, if you want to eat it. I'm still at that point where, because I just became vegan literally like a few weeks ago, and so I'm still at that point where like the smell of chicken still makes me like, oh gosh, I really miss this. I really miss chicken. I really miss cheese, but I haven't eaten it. And so yeah, I do believe in I'm against animal cruelty, and I do believe that all living things are equal. I can't say that was my main reason. It was for the animals. One of the reasons is it's for the animals, but was that the catalyst that made me go vegan? No, it's not. I think, and another reason why I decided to go vegan is just to challenge myself, and because just like now that I'm vegan and I tell people vegan, they react the same way that I reacted every time someone told me they were vegan, which is, oh my gosh, I could never do that. I can never go vegan. I love meat way too much. Like, God bless you, but I can never do it. And I was exactly the same way. Every time someone told me they were vegan, I would be like, I could just never do that. I love chicken too much. It's too restrictive. I couldn't do it, blah, blah, blah. By the way, veganism is not restrictive. You can eat plenty of things. There's alternatives. Basically, you really never have to eat meat. It's still gorge the fuck out on food. You'll be fine. Anyway, I wanted to challenge myself in this way, and also by challenging myself in this, I'm challenging myself in other aspects in life. This can be a lesson to take with me in other genres of life, where I'm not going to say I can't do anything just because it's something that I'm not used to, just because it's something that I've been doing since I was a kid, doesn't mean I can't change it now. So I'm not gonna say I can't, and I haven't even tried it. And so for me, that's a lesson that anyone can take. Just because it's something that maybe seems a little bit radical, that means it seems a little bit difficult for you, something that you're not used to, something new, something that you feel like you can't do because this has been your habit your whole life, doesn't mean that you can't break that chain and break that habit and try something new and go after whatever dreams or goals that you want to. So I decided to challenge myself and stop saying I can't do something when I haven't even tried it yet. So that was another reason. I just wanted to stop that mindset, and it's all about changing your mindset. You can't better yourself or better your life until you change your mindset and believe that you can actually accomplish something. Most people predict their failures before they even try, you know? So I don't want to live my life like that, and I'm definitely on a path to better myself. So if and when I ever have children, I can pass these lessons down to them. You know, maybe the animals wasn't my initial reason to go vegan, but when I finally mentally told myself, okay, I'm gonna go vegan, it just felt great. It just felt like I felt uplifted, I felt happy, I felt at peace with it. I believe that God, or whatever you believe in, has given all of us sort of a compass, sort of a compass in life on what direction to go on. And you know, if it can be your soul or your heart or your consciousness or whatever you want to call it. And sometimes I feel like you just know when something's right, that little confirmation and discernment, knowing like this is the right direction I'm going. I can just feel it in my being. And when I finally mentally said, okay, Shamika, you're gonna go vegan, I felt good about that. Like, I didn't say I'm gonna go vegan and be like, oh, this is gonna suck, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna have to like not eat everything I love. No, it was like, okay, like I literally felt like a little lighter and happier. And to this day, I still feel the exact same way about my decision to go vegan. It just feels right inside. It feels good, like the right decision to make for myself. So yeah, that's why I've gone vegan. I've already noticed some changes physically, emotionally, mentally, and I will make another video about that some other time, probably very soon. And I'm not going to become a vegan evangelist, don't worry. I am actually not drink the Kool-Aid. I am in no part of no cult. I was in the church one time. I used to be a Christian evangelist. I used to be a fanatic, and that part of my life is done and over with. I am never going back there. I do not believe in forcing or pushing your views on anybody. So don't worry, but I am still going to share this vegan journey with you guys, just like I'm sharing my life journey, my travel journey, my spiritual journey, my emotional journey. I'm still going to share with you guys and let you know how it's going, the difficulties that I have faced, the foods that I'm eating, and if you're inspired by it, give it a try. And if you're not, if you're just curious, just give it a watch. I don't know. So yeah, guys, that's it. That is the reasons why I've gone vegan. Like I said, I will share with you in another video the changes that I've noticed, the difficulties, and just my vegan journey as a whole. So yeah, that's it. That is my video. If you guys like this video, please like it. If you support me being vegan, please like this video. If you have decided to go vegan yourself, or you are vegan, or you're thinking about it, or if you just want to make a comment, please comment below. Please like and share and comment with these videos. It really does help me grow my YouTube channel, guys. Thank you again from Live, Love, Life, and Travel.
Guts from their gears, draining our spleen over